Welcome back to GSA ConnectsCast. I'm here with Mark Little and Ester Sztein. So, Ester, as Director of International Programs, can you tell us a little bit more about your role and some of the programs you're working on?
Yes, well, thank you, and thank you for having me.
Appreciate you being
here. Today is 6 months exactly since I've been in this role.
Congratulations.
And I love it as part of GSA, as being part of GSA. This is a great opportunity for me. What I do is to try to raise the visibility of GSA internationally and serve the population of geoscientists at large, and especially in the international department, paying attention to 3 different groups of people. Students and scientists working and living abroad, students and scientists who may have been born abroad and have their training either abroad or here, and also US students and scientists with interests in international science and collaboration. And in that particular, looking at that universe, because it's a universe, what we do is, as of now, I mean, just starting in this role, focusing on 2 things initially. One of them is to work with travel awards, which existed before I came here. And there are travel awards for US students and professionals, and also for African students and professionals at this point. And we have also a joint program with GSA Foundation, and the US National Committee for Geological Sciences of the National Academy of Sciences, for students and early career professionals to go and present their research at the International Geological Congress. On the other big bucket of topics, we have worked with associated societies, existing and new. And the president of GSA has signed an agreement, a memorandum of understanding, with the Geological Society of Nigeria. This is news. It happened yesterday evening.
Wow.
And in August, the incoming President-elect Carmi Garzione, signed one with the Geological Society of Korea. So we are on the move.
Sounds like there's so much going on the international stage. And Mark, when we interviewed you last year, one of your goals was to expand GSA's international presence. So a year later, what does that look like?
So there you have it. So it's in the person herself as one. So a year ago, we didn't have this position. I didn't know Ester, I didn't know anything that she did, and now she's completely part of the team. So that's a big part of it. I think for a long time, GSA had an interest in doing many of these things, but it was pieces of people's positions, and so now we have an amazing person doing that work. In addition to just having the staffing, as you've heard, that's maybe 10%, 20% of the new things that have happened over the past year related to bridging the worlds between continents, between countries. And may I'll just say one thing in particular that was personally very powerful is early this year I was able to attend the biannual conference of the Geological Society of Cuba in Havana, and was invited there and gave a talk and built all kinds of connections with geoscientists there. And despite all of the challenges of working with Cuba, there's deep interest on both sides in collaborating, and so that's another one of the partnerships that we've managed to, again, it's one, there were people working on it before, but having Ester here, having just that momentum, now we can see we can actually do more things together.
What was that experience like for you being there?
We only have 5 minutes for this. Like it was, I'll just say it
Quick
was,
soundbite.
it was completely wonderful and enlightening. And specific to the geosciences, there are many highly trained, inquisitive, interested geoscientists in Cuba who are interested in sharing their science with people here, and interested to learn more about what's going on in a conference like this.
That's really exciting. And Esther, you transitioned to GSA from the National Academy of Sciences. So what prompted you to make that transition?
Well, that's a good question. Thank you for the question. When I was at the National Academy of Sciences, I spent over 16 years there. I honed my abilities as a bit of a science diplomat and manager of committees, and the center of gravity, unintended or not, was the U.S. National Committees for the Geosciences, of which I managed 4. And that really made my network grow. The academies provided a lot of open doors for me, and I walked through them and made the opportunities bigger and created a big network. And from there, while I was doing geosciences, I was doing other functions, management functions, and also I managed other U.S. national committees. But progressively, all year after year, I felt the pull, again, the gravity, the pull of the geoscience community. So when this opportunity that married really being 100% full-time with the geosciences and keep growing and serving the community, I had to jump on it.
And for those that are attending the meeting, where can they learn more about the programs that you're working on and resources that might be available?
Well, one way is our website, GSA International website, which is obviously a part of the big GSA website system, which will be updated and revamped, and we will put different, we already have different activities posted there, and we will post more things as they come. Easy to find, Sztein at geosociety.org, and I'm easy to reach, and I'm open to conversations, ideas, and I look forward to hearing from all of you.
Yeah. And I'll just to add to that, my email is also easy to get on the website. I'll respond to any GSA member who has any questions about how to get involved. We have a international committee, which you have to be nominated to join, but every year we're looking for people to join that. Now with Ester here, the committee has subcommittees, and I'm sure that to do all the work the subcommittees want to do, we'll bring in people who aren't on the committee who really want to focus on these different areas. I'll say one of the groups that Ester mentioned was people who maybe grew up outside of the United States or early training but live here now. Those are people who we really want to connect with because through their professional and sometimes family networks, they're connected to geoscientists and other geosocieties outside of the United States that we want to build those partnerships with. And so even if they're not particularly interested in getting too involved, it's like, oh yeah, I know someone in geosciences in Mali, right? We'd love to talk to them about building partnerships there. So I think many people who are here might have ways they could connect, and students in particular. I mean, the percentage of people who, again, were born and raised outside the United States, sometimes educated out of the United States, are students. Mm-hmm. It's a much higher percentage, particularly graduate students, than any other category of membership. So really interested in getting them more involved.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.